Hello there, I am Mindfiend. This is the MMO The Secret World, and this here is Little Boo. We're in the Kingsmouth Congregational Church. There's good old Henry Hawthorne. And actually, we're going to carry on with the storyline mission now for the next mission. If you remember, we've been investigating Kingsmouth, talking to survivors, trying to find out more about what happened. We did Tier 2, where Sheriff Bannerman asked us to talk to all the survivors, find out what we could. And then once we finally got round to Norma Creed, she told us about Lady Margaret, which was the fishing ship that disappeared. The Lady Margaret was a local fishing boat that had been lost at sea. When it returned to Kingsmouth, everyone in town breathed a sigh of relief at their friend's return. But then came the fog. Norma Creed's husband had been on board the Lady Margaret, and she believes it all started there, out at sea, and that the fog came back with the sailors. But she never had the chance to ask her husband what had happened out there. So we're going to actually go and investigate the Lady Margaret itself. See if we can find any clues there to what else had happened out there. The Lady Margaret is pulled in at the harbour. We're here in the Kingsmouth Congregational Church. We just got to go straight down Main Street and along the pier. We actually came down here in the Kingsmouth Code, if you remember. So we're going to head back that way now. It's quite a wonderful story, I think, what's happened to Kingsmouth here. Very much Lovecraftian in nature. We've got an anima crit damage rating. Well, we've still got 39 minutes on our crit rating, so we'll just put that in with our buffs. What else did we get here? Dice. It's always good to take a circuitous route. Now if we take that, we will lose 64 health, but we would gain 19 attack rating. So we go down to what, 2011 health, but we'd get an extra 19 attack rating. Let's take it, yes. I'll go down to 2013, but it's worth it. Now that I could sell, but I think what I'm going to do is, for the time being, because we need 500,000 money next before we can upgrade to the next sprint when we finally get the chance to. But I'm going to start breaking down items for the time being, because I want to get no, I'll tell you what, what I'll do is I'll just break down any weaponry I get, so I get the metals. It's the metals I want. This stuff for talismans and for glyphs I can leave for now. So yeah, I will. I'll sell that, and I'll just break down any weapons and stuff for the metals. The reason being that when we do get into the Savage Coast, we should then be getting some nice toolkits that will allow us to build weapons that are considerably better than what we can find at the time. And as I don't like to buy weapons and things, it's our best option. Crafting will get you much better stuff than what you can find on the whole. There is always, like, you know, the very rare chances. Let's just kill these as well. Every time you kill one, you're getting more experience points, you're getting more loot, you're becoming more powerful, wealthier, and all that, so well worth doing. Oh look, somebody's just come along there, so they've probably cleared the path for us, so we won't have as tough a time. Get this out of the way for them. There we go. We've got an anima crit rating. There's been a few players out here, so they've cleared our path quite well. Now this here is the Lady Margaret. As you can see, the weed is dead now, but it was covered in the red weed. Let's kill this impaler just because we can. Now you may have noticed every now and again you'll hear a helicopter go over and you'll see the shadows on the bay. There are a lot of black helicopters in the area, and that's something we'll be investigating later too. But this is the Lady Margaret. This is the ship that may well have started it all. This is what Lawrence Creed was on, and it disappeared for several weeks before returning, and we're trying to find out what happened to it. We know from the law. We got another one of those buzzing ones, didn't we? Yep. We know from the law, of course, that where is it? Nope. Solomon Island. Local history. Nope. Come on, where's the Lady Margaret? I'm just not seeing it at the moment. But anyway, we do know from the law a lot of what happened that we found. The bees have clued us into some of it. But let's... Oh, there's the captain. Come back here, you coward. The poor captain. Examine the captain's log. Insert your own joke there. He'd obviously been deformed and was in a very bad way. This says, lucky to be writing this. Can't believe what happened, shouldn't believe it. That's what Doc Bannerman would say. Shrink's going to be earning his pay when we get home. If we get home. Larry and his boy Derek are clammed up. Joe's real fevered. And this thing, still shining like a flashlight. I look over my shoulder. I swear I still see that fog. So we know that Larry and his boy Derek was on there. Oh boy, of course Derek wasn't a boy, he was you know, an adult, but Joe was on here and they found something still shining like a flashlight. Is he running for help or is he running because he's getting beaten? I think he's just ignoring them. Just trying to lose them that way. If he was in trouble we'd go and help him, but he's managing alright. So let's have a look around the Lady Margaret. Yep, there's some law there. So let's take that. The Lady Margaret. There we go. Law, Solomon Island, recent events. There you go, that's why I couldn't find it. Stupid me. And I just missed which one we got then. Which one did we get? Drat. Should have looked. But this tells us a lot about what happened out there, how it found this red weed and it found the graveyard of the ships. We've read that one definitely. Possibly the B syntax was that one, because I think we've read all these. Perhaps the boat rotated, caught in the beginnings of a maelstrom. Perhaps the men looked up upon the rotting hulks and saw the glistening movement of lean, slimy bodies writhing in the red seedweed like undead otters cracking open skulls for their fruit. Perhaps the fog and the dark conspired to play tricks. Yeah, we've read that one. But something terrible had befallen the captain. He'd been transformed into one of these creatures. And let's look at the next tier of the story now. The captain's log mentioned that several of the crew went mad after they had found a strange item out at sea, and that Dr. Bannerman would be needed to talk to them when and if they were to return. So we're going to talk to Dr. Bannerman. That's the log. Scribbles on a piece of graph paper. Let's go through this drowned mariner now and head back up that way. We're going to head back to the police station, I think. And kill off some of these Draug on the way. What did we get there? A weapon toolkit. Let's have a look. What quality is it? It's a quality level 2 weapon toolkit. It's not quite what we're ready for yet. Again, a player just helping out with a little bit of extra damage for you. It helps them as well. It does. I believe it gives them a little bit of experience points, but it helps, benefits both of you. Go on, let's kill them. Is Susie in the diner? I always like to check. She is. She is. This is Susie. Susie herself. You can actually find her. So you do know what happened to Susie. We'll make our way up to the police station. Past Paradise Found. I like all the little back alleyways and the ways around town and the names of the streets, and to be honest, a lot of my pleasure in the Secret World is finding all the homages to the Lovecraft and to all the different ones, Stephen King, and the nods to this horror, that horror, bit of everything in here. It's just my sort of thing. I love this game. unlock some more base metal and base fire, which is always worth getting because you can use it, you know, as I say, for crafting. I won't let them kill them. Now we're going to come in here to end the episode with, but I don't think I'll be talking to Dr. Bannerman for the very next thing, although it may be something for Dr. Bannerman we're going to do. Let's see.
Now you are a sight for sore eyes.
Complaint form, that's locked. Why can't we do that yet? This mission requires that you've completed Appetite for Destruction. Yeah, that's one of Moose's missions. Let's just have a look at Moose, see whether or not he's available. And in case you're wondering, yes, yeah, there's some Moose missions there. We might do Moose's missions next. In case you're wondering, yes, I do know I've got these AP and skill points building up here. The AP I'm saving because we've reached the maximum now. Let's go back to the one I really like, the Warlock. This is the outfit I want. This is the one I'll be focusing on, but it will take a very, very long time to get there. We'll be through the Savage Coast, we'll probably be in Blue Mountain before we get there, because of all this being so expensive to buy all these different abilities. Like, for instance, we need to buy Agitator from Turbulence, which of course will take 21 points just to get Agitator. Then you come over here, and just to get Improved Blast you've got to get 9, 21, 37, 40, 50, 58 points just to get Improved Blasts. And so on. You know, some of these you've got to get right down to the 50 point one. Take us a very long time, it's a long-term goal. However, we can still focus that goal, and the first focus I'm going to put on is in this tree here, Battering Works. 9 points will get us Bully. Whenever you imply Impaired, you build 2 hammer resources. I'm not interested in that. I'll buy it because it'd be good to have in our bank in case we do start to go heavily into Impaired abilities, but what I want this for is to get to Trucker. Trucker is the next ability I'm saving for, and I need 21 points total to be able to buy it. So I could buy the 9 now and then save up another 12, but I think I'll just save up the 21 and buy it all at once, because that's not ability I'm going to slot anyway. As for the character skill points, we've got 5. If I want to put 1 into the hammer, I can spend all 5 now in the hammer one, which will give us an extra, what, 0.4% of reduced damage, which I might do. But we do need to start getting our talismans up as well. It might be better for me to spend those 5 points on getting the second level in 2 of these. I'm going to leave that until I find the talisman, the next talisman I need, and then I know which one to put in. I might find a head talisman I want next. I might find a major one or a minor one. We'll see. So I'm saving my points deliberately at this point in time. And I'll say thank you very much for watching. I've been Mindfiend. You guys, as always, have been wonderful. On the next episode we might well meet Moose. Moose is wonderful. I like Moose. Not fond of his missions, but I like him. I've been Mindfiend. You guys, as always, have been wonderful. Bye for now.